How beautiful is this day in Western Australia? I'm at Yambalap Estate in Harvey to visit Richard and Marie Eckersley and their kids, Will and Sophie. These guys grow incredible citrus and some beautiful avocados. Now, I can spy a beautiful looking mandarin on that tree there. So I'm gonna grab one of those and I'm gonna go for a walk and learn a little bit more about what it takes to grow beautiful citrus here in WA. Richard, what a beautiful piece of land here and beautiful mandarin trees. Tell us a bit about how you got started here.
Yeah, well, sure. Look, Michael, we've been in Harvey in this district 4 generations. I'm lucky enough to be the 4th generation, and we were dairy farming up until 2003. Yep. But we decided to stop milking cows then because they deregulated the market. We had really good soil here, really good water. Yep. So naturally, citrus was one of the things that we decided to have a crack at.
Obviously a big change for you, so I guess the 4th generation became citrus farmers, not dairy farmers. Yep. Good change?
Oh, great change. Look, trees don't seem to get out of the paddock as much as cows, so that worked really well.
Growing mandarins and starting the trees out from small, is it a big task to get set up and get the orchard set up?
You know, it really is a big process, and the first one is choosing the variety. Yep. And we're really now venturing into seedless mandarins. So that's where we're heading.
The perfect on-the-go treat?
Oh, 100%. And even my kids complain if there's seeds in the fruit. So
of course. Do you pick different varieties to have more mandarins across the year?
Yeah, so our season spreads for about 5 or 6 months, and we've tried to stagger our planting of different varieties to give us that continuity of supply.
Amazing. Your family's been doing it here for years. Tell us a bit about the family and the history. Yeah,
so really lucky with Mum and Dad embracing the next generation and encouraging to diversify and plant different crops. So, you know, introducing my wife Marie into the business and that, they were great there, and Marie and the kids have been really, you know, encouraging and really supportive of growing some fruit here in Harvey.
Rich, it seems like farming's in your blood. Is that what you always wanted to do growing up?
Not particularly. I sort of went away to school and had thoughts of not coming back to the farm, but for some reason it just kept pulling me back all the time. So I ended up back here and been really fortunate that I have parents that encouraged and supported my ventures into farming and particularly horticulture.
And is fruit something that's quite common in Harvey, or are you sort of leading the change?
Look, Harvey was the first irrigation scheme in Western Australia. So citrus, it was the first crop they chose to grow in Harvey. Yep. So we're not pioneering it, we're just supporting what's already been here. Yep. And I think people really familiarise themselves with Harvey. We've got Harvey Beef, Harvey Fresh. That Harvey name's out there, and it grows a really good product in this district. It
does seem to be like a bit of a food bowl for WA and wider parts of Australia. It's a really exciting region for me. Every time I hear about Harvey, I get a bit excited. So it's pretty cool. I reckon we should go a bit more of a look around and learn a bit more about these mandarins.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Well, Richard, some beautiful mandarin trees here.
Yeah, no, they're doing really well. So we're just completing our harvest in the next week or two, and we'll be finished for this season.
Fantastic. And so these guys not far from shelves. How long from picking to the customers?
Yeah, look, we try to pick and pack within 24 hours and ship. So the longest is going to be 48 hours to 72 hours to get to shelf. They've got a really good shelf life. Yep. And to tell that a really good mandarin is by its colour. Yep. So if it's got that really deep, beautiful orange, then it's got really good sugar in it.
And size-wise, like, is there a perfect size? Is there...
Oh, look, I try to go for the palm of my hand. Is a pretty good size. Yep. So a medium piece of fruit is probably the best tasting that I find.
The best sweetness, the best sour, that balanced sweet.
It seems really balanced.
And now tell me, these trees are packed full of fruit and they're quite large. How long does it take a tree to get that size and grow this many mandarins?
These trees that we're standing around now are 10 years old. Yep. But the process is 2 years by the time I order a tree to get it from nursery to the paddock. Yep. And then after that, we're looking at another 5 years to grow the tree just to get it to where it is to be holding a good crop.
So you really don't get any commercial value out of a tree for the first 7 years? It's really...
Correct.
So your investment's in time and
just patience,
taking care of trees,
and giving them some really good TLC and trying to get them to crop and have a really good crop.
That's amazing. And then how often will you be changing trees in and out?
So the life of a tree can go up to 50 years plus if they're really looked after. Yep. The other thing that's changing all the time is new varieties. Yep. So that's where we're trying to reinvent, plant new varieties, change over, and just keep up with the new trends.
So you'll have a variety in mind for 7 years' time? Like,
yes.
Yeah, you'll have to think that far ahead.
That far ahead, and there's probably varieties that we don't even know about yet that we'll be considering in the next 2 or 3 years.
So Richard, obviously going from dairy to orchards is a big change. Did it take a fair bit of work?
Yeah, look, it was a massive transition for our family and our farm. to transfer from dairy into horticulture. We were really lucky that Rabobank was there with us to walk us through and help us through that transition. So I've been really fortunate.
And I guess it was you would have staggered it. It wasn't just let's plant trees and wait 7 years. It's sort of you did piece by piece.
Yeah, we did it piece by piece. So we still had the cows on farm walking past the new trees and vineyards and all that. So it was quite an exciting time to have cows on the farm, still milking, producing oranges, mandarins and grapes at the same time. Yeah, no, it was really exciting.
I love that. I guess over the time you've been growing citrus, I imagine farming practices have changed a lot. And looking at these trees, they're so healthy and beautiful. I imagine you have to concentrate on sustainability and taking care of the trees a lot.
Yeah, look, it's really important to us, and we've been really fortunate that we've been supported by our national citrus industry body, which is Citrus Australia, and our state one, WA Citrus, and they're really up to date with giving growers the tools to be sustainable with water, nutrition, and plant health.
Love that. That's at least a good mandarins for me to eat.
Oh, I love them too.
Well, I think we should have a bit more of a look around and maybe eat some mandarins. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds great. Let's do it.
We've had a beautiful day exploring Yambalup Estate. Now it's time to cook with some of the beautiful produce they grow here on the farm. And I've got a really special guest joining me for this cook. It's Kimberly from Rabobank. She is responsible for finding amazing farms for us to visit all over Australia. We've got a really great relationship with Rabobank here at Farm to Fork, and we love working with them because we get to meet lots of farmers that grow really beautiful, interesting and amazing produce all around the country. So Kimberly, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sort of sending us all over Australia to explore the amazing farms that we have. And yeah, feel like doing some cooking?
Yeah, I'd love to do some cooking.
Amazing. So we're going to make a salad starting the citrus from this farm. So these beautiful mandarins, one of the main things they grow here, and also some oranges from the farm as well. We're going to make a nice, bright, citrusy salad. It's kind of the perfect pairing for like a roast chicken or a bit of a roast fish, or even just a nice little picnic, a good salad for a picnic. So I'll make a citrus salad with a mustard dressing. So you can start with the mustard dressing if you'd like.
Great.
I've got a jar. It's easy to make a dressing in a jar. It's easy to shake them, not too messy.
Yes.
We need some mustard in a mustard dressing. So going with a big spoon of mustard. I like the Dijon. You could also use the whole grain if you like, but I think Dijon gives a nice flavour. And then we've got a little bit of apple cider vinegar here just for some brightness. We're going to have quite a lot of zing from our citrus, so I didn't want to use a lemon juice. You want a different acid, otherwise it gets sort of too citrusy. So we'll go in with that vinegar as well. And it's pretty simple. We're just going to add in some salt and some pepper now as well. So it's not a crazy dressing, but the warmth from the mustard and the slight brightness from the mustard with that sweet vinegar goes really well with our citrus. Now, speaking of our citrus, beautiful mandarins. Now, just give that a shake.
Give it a shake.
Yeah, just a shake. And it should all mix together. It's a good way of making dressings at home when you, rather than whisking it, yeah, you keep it in the jar, and then if you don't use it all, chuck it back in the fridge.
Great idea.
Got a bit of dressing for later. We're going to use it all, though, and that looks perfect. Once it's all nice and combined, and then we can give it another little shake before we dress the salad, so it's good. That's ready. Now, do you want to peel the mandarins?
Sure.
I'll get onto the grapefruit and the orange. So mandarin, we're just going to peel into little segments as they naturally come. With the orange and the grapefruit, I'm just going to cut the skin off of them like so. So top and bottom off, and then just run my knife around the side of our grapefruit and our orange, just to get rid of all the pith. Just a little bit bitter and not super palatable. So we'll get rid of that. Now, Kimberly, Rabobank are an agri-bank. So what's the difference between an agri-bank and your standard bank?
Yeah, good question. So we're 100% dedicated to the agri sector. We only bank the agri space.
Yep.
So we don't dip in and out of markets. We're here for the long term. And we get to meet some incredible farmers. And one of the things that I love about Rabobank is the fact that, you know, we're working really hard to educate consumers about where their food and fibre comes from, hence why we've partnered with Farm to Fork. We think food is so important, it plays such a big role in our lives, obviously.
Totally.
So our Aussie farmers feed over 10 million Australians every day.
How good's that?
It's so good. And I love getting out and meeting our farmers. It's the best part of my job.
I do love meeting all the Rabobank farmers. It's my favourite part of getting around each season on Farm to Fork is meeting new farmers and learning different farming practices. It's really special. I love the way that Rabobank always support. There's always a manager, a bank manager that comes along to the visits.
Yes.
So we have a really good time. It's nice to just see how hard these Aussie farmers do work to produce really amazing food, and I know you guys are a really important part of that. So
absolutely.
We at Farm to Fork thank you, and the Aussie farmers.
Thank you to the farmers.
Exactly. They do all the hard work. We just put it on a plate. So now I've chopped up the the orange and the grapefruit's are nice segments.
Beautiful colours.
That's what I like about it. So if blood orange was in season, we can do blood orange as well. You can mix it up if you want. Tangelos are really nice too. But I think this is nice. You've got like sweet, tangy and bitter. And when you blend them all together, that lovely mustard dressing is a really nice combination. So we'll start going straight into our mixing bowl here. So if you want to add them in, and I guess with the mandarin peel, when we're on the farm, we just chuck them around.
That's very true, Michael.
You know, that'll be compost for the next mandarins. So I'll give you this. Do you want to crumble in some feta, add in some cucumber. I'll put out slices of our citrus in there.
It's delicious.
I can see this at a picnic, at a barbecue. Just quickly wipe down our board. Now we've got our citrus, our sort of acidity. Now we need a little bit of warmth. So I've got a red onion here. Just going to thinly slice one red onion. And for a bit of extra crunch, I've got some croutons here. Just want to crumble them into our salad as well. Now let's keep my red onion raw in this salad. It needs that little bit of heat. If you don't like raw red onion, you can either pickle it, or you can just quickly blanch it in some ice water. Just drop it in ice water. It takes away some of the harshness, but I think with the brightness and the acidity of the citrus, it needs that little bit of warmth and heat that the onion brings to the party. Now, we're one step away from your dressing. We're just going to add in some mint. So we'll probably go half the mint now, and we'll keep half for the top later, and we'll just tear the mint. I don't want to chop it up too much. Keep it nice and chunky, and then you can pour over your dressing.
Fantastic.
So this is something you could do ahead of time and just dress last minute. If you took it to a picnic, keep all the citrus separate, bring it all together in one go, and then add your dressing. And I think we got all of that dressing. We want a good amount. That's perfect. That's nice and thick and creamy, that dressing. And now just kind of stir the dressing and mix through the citrus so you get a really nice, even mix of citrus, of our herbs, our feta, and our red onion. And for me, when I make a salad, I want to make sure the dressing coats the salad, but doesn't drown it. So you can see here, the dressing's nice and evenly coating everything, but it's not too sort of wet. You don't want a big bowl of dressing at the bottom. That's a really nice mix for me. And now what we'll do is just pile it up and we can eat our salad. So just carefully spread it. And you want to make sure you kind of spread your ingredients evenly so you get a little bit of everything, rather than like just chunks of orange in one spot and grapefruit in the other. The joy of this salad is when you get a little bit of each of the citruses, it really lifts, and that, if you can smell that mustard dressing, just adds that nice warmth.
Smells delicious.
And then, just to finish it off, do you want to just tear over a few more mint leaves? And there we have our salad. I think it's very fitting for this beautiful farm and those wonderful mandarins that they grow here. Kimberly, thank you so much for all that you do for us at Farm to Fork. We love Rabobank. We love Aussie farmers. It's just really great to be all working on something great together.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. That is my citrus salad with mustard dressing cooked here on this beautiful mandarin farm.